I'm Stacy Garrop, and I am a Chicago-based freelance composer.
Hello, I'm Stephen Alltop. I'm the music director and conductor of the Apollo Chorus of Chicago.
In 2011, I was in Occidental California, which is Sonoma County, with the vocal group Volti. They had a high school workshop for 4 local high schools. Bob Geary, who's the head of Volti, started off that weekend asking me if I were to write an oratorio, what would it be about? And by Sunday, a couple days later, I'd thought about it, and maybe it's because we were in the middle of the redwoods and surrounded by all this beautiful nature, that I said, well, I'd love to write an oratorio about the planet. So the first movement has always been about the creation of the world, the second has been about the achievements of mankind, but what it's doing to the planet, and the third part is how we can live in balance with it. I was dealing with such big topics, and how do I find creation poems, or texts about creation, how do I find poems about the Industrial Revolution, that one took a long time, and then poems about what we're doing to the planet, and that was a whole eco-poem subset.
I once heard John Corigliano, the great composer, say that good composers think about the issue of familiarity, even in new pieces, and they will write music that they then bring back so people have a sense of recognition with that. And Stacy does exactly that. The way Stacy has constructed the poetry and the arc of the poetry through the 3 sections and from beginning to end is just really masterful. It's brilliant.
There was a really interesting story on All Things Considered and on NPR in April of 2020, where basically they were discovering that the noise pollution had dropped by something significant, like 90%, because everybody was locked down. And I kept thinking, is there any way, as we come out of this pandemic, to keep this balance going? Now that the humans were out of the way a little bit more and nature was reasserting itself, could we keep that balance going? I don't think we've achieved that at this point, but I think a piece like Terra Nostra and the whole idea of We Will Rise, the concert series, is to remind ourselves we are coming back, but can we also bring back the things that we rediscovered during the pandemic?
I'll just say that we could not be more excited to be performing this piece in Chicago for the Chicago premiere. We have a marvelous orchestra of some of the finest players in Chicago, and that's saying a lot because we have a lot of great instrumentalists in Chicago. And this is a case of new music that's going to be greeted by a full house. And we also look forward to our second performance of Apollo's Lyre, which Stacy wrote in a commission from the chorus for our 150th anniversary season to a marvelous text by Jerry Dye.
Stephen understands this piece pretty much as well as I do. And I think that makes for a really fantastic combination, that we're on the same page, and he's going to bring this fantastic energy to the piece. And the choir, really, I just love what they do with the music, so I think we're in for a very enjoyable experience.
I really think in the end people will be battling for those final tickets because it's going to be an evening to remember.